Hello and welcome back to Hydroponics Daily, your go-to podcast for everything soilless cultivation. I'm your host, Dr. Russell Sharp, the founder of Utrema Limited. We make interesting fertilizers, novel biostimulants, and organic biopesticides. And yesterday's episode was all about plants that thrive in acidic conditions and why you shouldn't necessarily grow them in acidic conditions in a hydroponic system. Today, I will do the other end of the spectrum and talk about plants that tolerate or grow in very alkaline soils. So we'll start off with crops that grow in very alkaline soils and which ones they are and the sort of pHs we're talking about. So barley, very alkaline, but does suffer from manganese deficiency when it's grown in very alkaline conditions. Sugar beet, that handles both salinity and alkaline pH, which are often go hand in hand. Soils that are alkaline are often saline and vice versa. Marginal soils with high pH. Cotton loves or will grow in alkaline, calcareous, sodium-rich soils. So think about Central Asia, all the stands, that's where cotton grows. Sorghum, a very fast-growing, almost like maize, but much more tolerant of high pH. Alfalfa, that's a legume, so it's a nitrogen-fixing plant that will grow in very high pH, and a number of nitrogen fixers will as well. And then buffalo grass, Bermuda grass, so you could have some high pH sport stuff. But what about plants that are not necessarily commonly thought of as crops? Because there could be potential there. If you've got a very, very alkaline water and you are struggling to get, say, RO water, or you have to use it for some reason, then maybe they would be an option, because the ones I've mentioned so far, they are tolerant up to 8 to 8.5, not beyond there. So what happens if we go beyond there? So there you're talking about very tolerant plants. Tamarisk or tamarix, which is its common scientific name. Elaeagnus, but these are not. These are more shrubs, ornamental shrubs. To get an actual plant you can eat, you have to go to Atriplex, and that can tolerate pHs above 8.5 and high sodium levels. So Atriplex is known by its better name, garden orache, or red orache, or simply orache, or mountain spinach. And you can eat this particular species in the Atriplex genus, and it tastes a bit like spinach, and could be a good alternative to spinach in hydroponics, because a lot of large vertical farms struggle to grow spinach. It sort of kills itself when you grow it, so you can't grow it for a long time. So it's a good option for as a substitute for spinach. Maybe an ersatz substitute if doesn't taste as good, or maybe just a like-for-like replacement. It's in the goosefoot family, the Chenopodiaceae, which is the same as things like, I think, like a lot of like buckwheat and things like this. It's native to Asia and Europe, and so if you're looking for all around the world, really, though, it's widely naturalized in Canada, United States, Australia, and New Zealand. So you'll be able to get some seeds of this plant, definitely, even if it means going for a walk. It does red up as well. It produces there's a rubra variety, a red variety, but if you expose it to UV light, and then it'll potentially you'll get some nice red type spinach. So I think that's a good one. If you're looking for a crop to grow in your hydroponics system, I'd check out Atriplex, red orache, or just garden orache. Other plants that will tolerate alkaline conditions, prosopis or mesquite. Popular, Euphrates popular. So again, that's Middle Eastern. Saxual. Isn't that a great name for a plant? I'm going to grow myself some saxual. Oh, Haloxylon afflilum. And olives, figs, and pomegranates. I'm going to do some research on saxual now and find out all about this plant and tell you about it, because I like saying the word. So it's in the same family as the Aranth. So, but it's not eaten. It's a tree or a shrub that grows in the Aral Sea, in the stands, Uzbekistan and around there, former Soviet Union, and it's just used as firewood, and it tolerates the very high pH, high sodium levels there. So, unfortunately, saxual is not going to be a crop that you can grow. What were the other ones I mentioned? Prosopis, I think that has got some uses, hasn't it? Let's have a look. Let's stick that into Wikipedia and do some research on the fly. Yep, there's loads of species. Yeah, I'm going to pause this now. It's too much for me to do whilst talking to you. That one's used as a spice in curries, but again, it's a tree or a shrub, so not particularly of use in hydroponics. So if you're going to cultivate green orache and you're looking for a high pH fertigation solution and you want to experiment with different pHs, then let me know. I'm happy to advise on that. Probably just like the really acidic loving plants, you might not need to go really high, so above 8.5 if you were experimenting with green orache or garden orache. You would probably be fine at 6.5 or 7.0, so closer to the top range of the sweet spot. So because these plants are tolerant to these conditions, they don't necessarily need these conditions. So if you're using something like gold leaf or liquid gold, as it's called in the UK, you'd probably be fine with that for such a plant like garden orache. It grows in gardens, it grows all around the world, so it doesn't need those very high alkaline conditions. It just will tolerate them. So for whatever reason, maybe something in its chemistry, maybe something to do with its soil biome, the bacteria it feeds around it. Who knows? We don't know. But I think that's really interesting. I would like to try that plant. If anyone wants to grow some and send some in, I'll be happy to try it. So there you go. I actually think you pronounce it orache. I've been saying orange, haven't I? There's no N in it. Orache, green orache. Atriplex is easier for me to say. On that bombshell. Yeah, that's been Hydroponics Daily for today. If you found it useful, please leave us an Apple podcast review because it helps us shoot up the charts. Please click follow if you're on any other podcast provider and check out utrimo.co.uk because we have loads of fertilizers, biostimulants and biopesticides that you will not find at any other company. A lot of fertilizer companies in the hydroponic sector sell the same old boring bog standard products with the same old ingredients, but not us. And to finish us off, we've got a song about growing orache in hydroponics. Check it out. Thank you very much, AI. See you tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
I'm not a farmer, but I play the part. Got my hydro rig and a rebel heart in my